So hi, my name is Carl Bailey. I'm the owner and operator of Positive Nation Productions, which is a photography, film, and video company that I run here in Buffalo, New York. And this is Renee. Renee is actually a client of mine, and Renee has a very unique story and an issue that I was trying to figure out a way to help her, and because it was interfering with us being able to accomplish what we were trying to do for her business. So I'm going to introduce you to Renee, and then we'll get into why we're doing all of this and what the issue is. So,
hi, my name is Renee, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a mother and a business owner. I own a business that I do life coaching and mindset coaching for people, so I help to empower their mindset and their choices in life so they can create the life that they want and also crave to live a fulfilled life and to feel connected to oneself fully.
so you said you're a mother. You have a
Yes, I have a 9-year-old daughter.
9-year-old.
That is amazing. She's absolutely wonderful. And I strive to be the best mother that I can to her, and she's been with me since day one, and she's just one of my biggest blessings and one of my biggest miracles that I've been given in this life, and she teaches me so much every day, and it's just a joy to be able to be her mother.
So, that being said, now people have a little idea of who you are and what our connection is. So, one day I called you just to check on you, and we had a conversation, which kind of made me sad.
Yeah.
You started to express some of the things, the challenges that you were having. So,
Yes.
if you could just explain to people what.
So I was born with cerebral palsy, and because of that, I use my wheelchair every day, and I need physical assistance to do certain things in my life, such as getting dressed, going to the bathroom, and things like that. Very important things that most people don't realize because they might seem small to people. Because really, you just go up and go to the bathroom when you gotta go if you don't have a disability. But when you're a person like myself, you don't think of all the intricacies that needs and that means for me, and the support I need with that. And just getting in and out of bed every morning is, I need support in that. I need assistance with that. And I've been out on my own in the community for over 14 years. When I was younger, I was in different facilities because of my disability, and my family struggled to provide care because of their own issues. But I was able to work up the knowledge and the support to move out independently about 14 or 15 years ago. I want to say around 2009. And I've been living on my own and working in my community ever since.
Can I ask you a quick question? So we were having a conversation one time, and you was telling me about, you said you were in a facility. Now,
Yes.
You have siblings. Now, the siblings were sent into foster care.
Yes.
But you actually went into a nursing home.
Yes, I did.
With adults.
Yes.
Right.
Well, half of a floor had kids under 18, but they were all nonverbal, not really at my level of same level of care, if you want to say, or same level of. I don't want to.
But I get what you're saying. You're saying it's like they needed more care than you did. You're more independent, but they put you in a place where you weren't able to be basically like yourself and do the things you would normally do.
Right.
So that bringing that up to date now, you're in a situation where because of, I don't know what,
Because of the raise in pay for food care workers, which is amazing, to the point where they get paid now an average of 15 to between 15 and 17 dollars an hour, and most jobs start off at $15 an hour. People like myself are unable to find and continue to keep home health aides, which are the people that allow us and support us to stay in our home. The rate of pay for home health care aides right now is ridiculous. It's unacceptable, and it's not fair for what they do for people like myself. It is $12.50 an hour, and I've been in self-directed for 14 years. And let me tell you, when I started self-direction, the pay was $12 an hour. So we're talking in 15 years, we've only seen a 50% increase in their pay. And at one point, about 3 or 4 years ago, the pay actually went down to $10 an hour and just went back up to $12.50 an hour about 2 years ago.
So sorry to cut you off, but to give people a little perspective on what you're talking about, the type of stuff that an aide would do for you: cooking, cleaning,
Yes.
helping you go to the restroom,
Yes.
sometimes maybe even helping out with your daughter.
No, they don't.
They're not allowed to do that,
They
right?
don't necessarily do that.
Right.
I do that. Most of the part, taking care of myself and taking care of my daughter is two different things.
That's a good point, because I want people to know, right, like I did,
Yeah.
and I want people to know that, like, so you're a capable mother.
Yes.
You're raising your child.
Yes. I raised my child when she was a baby. I got her dressed myself. I bathed her myself. I changed her diapers myself. I did that all on my own because it's two different motor functions to dress myself than it is to dress somebody else, which people don't realize.
Right.
They just assume it's the same type of motor function, but it's really not. But it makes it easier for me to be the mother that I want to be to my child, to have the support that I need, so that I can get out of bed, so that they can do the things for me that I need them to do.
Right. And do they physically ever have to like lift you or anything like that?
No, we have special equipment for that and things like that. But without them, I can't shower. Without them, I can't toilet. Without them, I can't get out of bed. Without them, it's hard for me to make meals. I can do it to a point, somewhat, but it's not 100% the best. I've set myself up in a way where I have a special like oven thing that's on my counter that will cook most of the meals for us. So that's how we're getting by now. But the ability to have that assistance and that little bit of support does matter, and it is important to me being able to maintain my independence in the community, in my relationship with my daughter, because unfortunately, if I do end up having to go back into a nursing home or some type of facility, which I'm not saying they're all bad, they're just not appropriate for me, in my opinion, I would have to relinquish custody of my daughter.
You would have to give up your daughter in order to get the care that you deserve.
If I went back into a facility, and
right.
Being in a facility to me is not the care that I deserve.
Right.
It's not. It would be like putting me in prison from my perspective, because not only would I have to give up the care of the custody of my daughter, but I'd have to give up my independence and my ability to make choices about my life, because all my choices would have to revolve around what the facility deems as okay or appropriate.
So you couldn't run your business?
not effectively the way I wanted
Right.
to.
And you couldn't basically, and that would mean that you couldn't take care of your daughter because you're the provider.
Right, because I couldn't have her there at the facility with me.
Right.
They wouldn't allow that.
And so people know, coaching is like counseling in a sense, right?
Right.
So it's not like you're doing something that's like, and you're not doing remote stuff.
Not at this point, because I haven't been able to set up the things that I need to set up to do that, because I haven't had the support I need to set it up.
Right. So in order for you to do what you're called to do, right, and to contribute to us, the greater good, the whole of society, you need support to be able to do what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
And so what does that look like? What does that help look like? I know we had a conversation about your help, and you devised a plan. Like if you figured out, you budgeted that if you could supplement what your aides were making,
right,
you could.
If I could supplement what my aides were making to higher the pay, that would help me find coverage. But this story is not about me, because there's so many other people going through the same thing that I'm going through on a daily basis. And one of the things, yes, we can use donations to help supplement that cost right now, because it's going to be a long process. But one of the things that people can do is call their legislator and tell the legislator to pass the Fair Pay for Direct Care Act, and or Be Fair to Direct Care, because that bill will allow direct care support staff to be paid at a rate of $20 an hour, and it would pin the pay so that anytime the minimum wage went up, direct care would automatically go up as well. So instead of them having these 15-year gaps of pay raises, they would not have to do that. So any time the pay went up for any other industry, direct care would also receive a wage. It would help to support people like me to stay in their homes. Think about your parents when they get old. This service is not just for me. You're thinking about your parents when they get older and they need support and they don't want to go to nursing homes and they want to stay in their home. They're going to need this care too, and you're going to need to find people to support them. Or if one of your family members gets sick, you don't want them to have to go in these facilities. You want them to be able to remain in their homes, and this bill will help to do that for them too. It will affect all types of people receiving this service in their homes and remain to be able to live their life and be the people that they've always been. I didn't really ask for this disability, but I was born with it, and I've made the best out of it, and I've used my struggles and my lessons in life through the perspective of this disability to help others be better and have better mindsets, and to empower them to have the life that they deserve and be the advocates for themselves that they are, and allow themselves to live the best life that they can. And whether you have a disability or not, I feel like we all need to do that. And, supporting this bill or donating to support people to stay in their homes would be a step in the right direction for people like me and other people that use these services.
So I wanna paint a very vivid picture for people of what exactly is going on, because there's more than one Renee. Like this is a nationwide, maybe even a worldwide issue.
It's a system-wide collapse.
It's a system-wide collapse. That's a great word.
System-wide collapse, not only because of the pay increase, but because of the pandemic and everything that's going on with the pandemic. It's a system-wide collapse, in my opinion. And I know one person who slept in his chair every night for 2 years because he had nobody to put him in bed.
So, and to make that even more personal, so I called you one day and we were having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You told me, I asked if like what I could do to help, and this is what got me, because I asked, like, could I give you money? And it wasn't a money issue. It wasn't just a money issue. It was a care issue, because if you had food, then you would have to use the bathroom.
Right.
And you had been
so that goes to say, if when I know that I'm not gonna have care, I purposely do not eat and I purposely do not drink food, because I know that there's nobody gonna be there to help me go to the bathroom. So instead of having to go to the bathroom every 2 hours, like a normal person does, usually 2 to 3 hours, I will go
days,
10 hours without going to the bathroom, or I'll go to the bathroom on myself, until I can get somebody to help me. And it's a little bit disheartening, and it's a little bit embarrassing to say, but at the same time, it's the truth of the situation.
right.
It's the heaviness of the situation that I'm in every day, and that I'm trying to change for people, and I'm trying to advocate and make people aware, because I don't think that a lot of people are aware. If it doesn't directly affect your life, then you don't become aware of it, and I think we talk a lot about group homes and nursing homes, and how do we protect those vulnerable people during the situation that is going on. But a lot of the time, during the last 2 years with the pandemic and everything that's happened, I haven't heard a lot of people talk about how do we support the people in their homes that are differently able, that are uniquely able, but still are members of their society. I'm a member of your society, and I'm valued in my society, and I've contributed to my society.
There are people that count on you because you're a coach.
Right.
Right. And I just want to touch on that, because when I met you, one of the things that I guess that inspired me was, like, I saw you literally roll up, and like I was just thinking to myself about how, like, when you said you were a coach, the first thing popped in my mind was like, what better person? Because when you told me your story, I was like, okay, out of excuses for everything for the rest of my life. Because it's like, how do I, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm sitting here talking to you, and so for people out there who make excuses, like, so not being able to go to the bathroom for like 10 hours, right? And you have people out here doing whatever, that just, because you can, right? But then someone like you, who is literally trying to not just contribute to society, you're raising your daughter, and you are making people better.
Right, and that's my whole goal in life, is to make people better, is to find the best version of people. My whole philosophy is in life is to be a love warrior for people and for myself, but I need the support that I need to do that. And unfortunately, within the last 2 years, because of everything going on in the world, that support has dwindled down. And, in a way, I'm grateful for it, because it shows me how strong I am and how capable I am. So much more than I realized before, but at the same time, I need to advocate, and I need to use my voice to let people know that even me being as strong as I am, I can only handle so much. And I need my community to back me and come behind me and say, we support you. And we support what you want to do, and we support your family, and we support your dreams.
So that's what, pretty much, that's for me what I think I'm doing by doing this, because I feel like I know just from being around you, like, you're a physical example of inspiration, like to me, right? And I can't, and that's before you talk, right? So I'm just saying, like, I can imagine, we've had conversations, but I can imagine, like, when you're talking to people, when you're coaching, how much better you make them feel. So you're contributing and that type of thing. So that's why I want to do this, and I want to say to you guys out there. So we're setting up a GoFundMe for Renee, and understand that it's all for Renee, for her to take to try to supplement the income of the people that will be trying to help her, so she can help us and help her child. And it's all Renee. It's not like I don't have. This is what I'm doing. I'm videotaping, and everything will go to Renee, who I think is a good ground to sow and good seed. Sow seed. And so when you see this video, forward it, pass it, but don't just do that. Like, donate to her cause, and then remember that she it's not just about her. There's a Renee in your neighborhood, and they probably feel invisible, because had I not found Renee, or Renee found me, I would not. It's just like, this is not on my mind, right?
Right.
And it's and it's not.
And remember, the other way you can support is by pushing your legislator to pass the fair pay for direct care. So go and push your legislator to sign on to that bill for fair pay for direct care, because it's so important that we get the minimum wage up, just not for me, but for other individuals, so they can find better supports and services. There's so many people that are putting themselves in riskless situations because they don't have the care that they need and deserve and been approved for. We don't choose to be born this way or have the medical issues that we have that cause us to need these services.
Right.
A lot of us don't choose it, and we don't do anything to cause it. So we need our community to understand and support that, and to really understand that, if we really didn't need it, we wouldn't be asking for it.
So, in closing, I'll just say there will be information as far as how to donate to Renee's cause, and also information on how to contact your legislator. And now, is that like all over the country? Like
everywhere.
This is a nationwide?
This is a nationwide issue.
Okay.
It's a statewide issue, actually.
Right.
A statewide issue.
So, do you know about if in other states things like this are happening?
I'm not 100% sure about other states.
You can imagine.
But I can imagine that it's kind of similar. But I know New York State is the worst. It's the hub.
So I just want to say this to you. Like, in you doing this, I know how humbling this must be to actually admit, some of the things that you're going through. I want to say Renee rode her wheelchair down the street to get here today, right? Because
yeah. I didn't have support.
Right.
Yeah.
And we live in Buffalo, New York, and it's like 50-something degrees outside, maybe less. So I'm just saying, worthy cause, and please help support her and other people in your neighborhood. And you see people around that you maybe you don't, people who have quote unquote disabilities. Uniquely able people who are valuable to our society, if for no other reason that they remind us of how blessed we are, and inspire us to be better, right? Because I've never met a uniquely able person that wasn't unconditionally loving to everyone.
And there's one thing that I think I learned, and I don't take for granted, is how we need to love each other, how we need to show up and be those love warriors for each other, because all we really truly have in this life is love, and is the connections that we create. We can't die with the money, we can't die with the physical things, we can't go forward in our next journey, whatever that is, whatever you believe after this life, with any of those physical things, the house, the job, the this, the that. But we can go forward with our energy, with whatever, in our next journey, with the connections and the impact that we had on people. And that's my goal in life, is to really have an impact on people and to create those connections so that everybody that's met me can be the best versions of themselves and strive for the best versions of themselves. And that's all I want to do in my life is be the best version of myself and be the person that I can be to help others be better, to serve my community, to give back to people that have given to me, but I need those support to be able to do so. And that's why, I wanted to share my story with you guys today, because I really don't like asking people to help me, but in this point, it's gotten to a point where I really need your guys' support, and I really need your guys' help in changing the law and with supplementing the care right now, immediately, today. So I appreciate you guys, and if you even just share and like this video or comment, I would love to hear other stories like mine. And, please feel free to call your legislators and donate. Thank you.